and I specialize in algorithmic trading. I think the answer to become profitable in trading is backtest. The psychological effects are still there.
Hello, Mr. Emmy. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, Rifat. How are you doing?
I'm also doing fine, man. Thank you for asking. So, before we start this interview, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, hello FundedNext. My name is Emilliano and I'm 23 years old, been trading for around 5 years, and I specialize in algorithmic trading.
That's impressive. All right. You have been trading for how many years?
5 years and
5 years.
5 years, 1 year profitable. So it's been huge for me to be actually profitable because the journey takes a long time. That's always.
All right. So you are currently doing algorithmic trading, right?
Yeah. I had more of my time doing algorithmic trading, sometimes retail trading, for fun with price action and technical analysis, but I don't obtain the same results that I do with the algos.
All right. So you started back 5 years ago, and then you have been profitable for the last 1 year. So yeah, how has been the trading journey so far? Could you please elaborate on that part?
Yeah, of course. Well, when I first started trading 5 years ago, I started with technical analysis, mainly based on indicators and the crossing of moving averages. So I will think that the crossing of a moving average will indicate the price will go up or down, without any risk management or anything at all. With the time passed, I understand like that's not the way to go, at least for me as a trader, because I didn't have a backtest. I didn't know if the strategy was going to succeed or not. What was the probability of it succeeding? So I gave away my trading career like for 1 or 2 years, and then with new knowledge of Python, trading view Pine script, and MQL4 or MQL5, I started coding my strategies into the platforms. This was for me in order to backtest them in a very simple way, so I could obtain the results of how my strategy will have done the last 5 years in a couple of seconds. So that's a huge difference in the approach, and it has allowed me to be more consistent because of the fact I know when I take a trade, or well, when my algorithm take a trade, what's the chance of it succeeding, what's the chance of it losing, what's the profit vector, what's my max drawdown, and that's what it has allowed me to work with platforms such as yours.
All right. So you started back 5 years ago, and now you're fully you coded the entire thing. You actually incorporated your entire strategy through coding, through PineScript and Python. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So what actually motivated you to shift to algorithmic trading rather than some usual concepts like retail or SMC?
Well, Rifat, the real answer is the amount of losses I was having. So I was consistently losing.
All right.
So I said, okay, this is not the way to go, because I was trying to find price action videos, and I always had the same stuff. So I was telling myself, okay, I've seen as many videos as there are, free and also paid videos, and my strategy is not improving. I'm not making more money. So there must be another way. So I was looking a lot at the fact of backtesting, of finding my edge, and the edge, like what they call the edge for me was backtesting, knowing what is going to be my probability on the next trade before it already happens. Because when I was doing price action and technical analysis, I never backtested because I thought to myself, well, to backtest, like, I don't know, 1 year, it's going to take a long time for me to do that. And because price action or technical analysis is not like a science, so it's not as precise as numbers, because when you have 1 plus 1, it will equal 1, 2 any time. But when you have a support number, someone might see it different. So there's that big difference with you and another trader. So it's hard to see if you're doing things right or wrong, to be honest.
All right. So you started with some usual concepts, then you moved to algorithmic trading. So what actually hooked you into prop firms? What actually made you interested to trade with prop firms?
Okay, yeah, that's a cool story. So I started making like the analysis and making the math of how much money I was earning with my robots right now, with $1,000 or $2,000 of mine, versus how much I could earn with a prop firm making like 1 or 2%. And it was so easy. If I invested the amount of money I had in my real account into the prop firm, I will be making like 10 times more or 20 times more. It was something impressive. So I don't know if you know that I have the Express account, and that's been one of my favorite accounts, not only with you but with other prop firms, because of the fact you start getting paid by day one. So as soon as you make profit, you're going to get paid, and that's a very good advantage, because maybe your strategy won't work for a month or maybe 2 months. Who knows? But you already have some profit and you're gonna get paid. So you are able to back up yourself, and getting that buck into your account feels extremely well, because you're actually making money and paying yourself things with that. So it feels pretty good to get paid by you.
All right. So what actually made you interested to start your journey with FundedNext?
Okay, FundedNext. Well, I was looking for prop firms with the Express account, and because of your rules, you were pretty interesting to me. You are one of the only prop firms that offer those specific rules about the 15% payout, which is the highest I have found on the Express model, and also because, well, your rules are easy to adjust. The news rule, of course, that one is the hardest, because of unexpected events, you never know if your algo is trading at that exact moment. But the rest are all pretty easy to do, and the max round, it's good. The max round is pretty good with the 10%, so you have that cushion of space to work with. So that's why I chose FundedNext before all others, to be honest. Yeah.
All right. I usually ask people whenever I've interviewed over 80 traders in the past couple of months, but I always ask people about their trading plan and these things. But for an algorithmic trader, how does your trading plan look like?
Okay, if you want, I can show you my screen and
yeah, definitely go on.
So let me show you my screen. Are you seeing my screen right now?
Yeah, it is getting visible. Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, perfect. So like I told you before, my strategy is like any other traders. Well, I have the backtest. The only difference is I don't trade. My algorithm work for me. So this one is one I've been working for. So let's set it. It will trade the NASDAQ and the DAX right now, and it has a pretty good profit factor and a pretty good percentage. So as like any other trader, I will first code it. That's like how I develop my strategy. It's completely random. I will just try different factors, different indicators, different combinations, and see what's working, what will not work, and I will have it in 5 seconds. I can know if a moving average works or not, or will not work for the strategy in 5 seconds. So that's the great advantage. After that, I will go to the strategy tester, for instance, and check how it has been doing for the couple of years. So this one has been working for the last 3 years. This is just the analysis of 2022 to 2023. So I already know what I'm expecting on any trade I'm going to take. So I'm expecting a 1.7 profit factor in average. The max round is 8% because this is a $10,000 account, for instance, and the percent profitable is pretty low. And many traders are always get scared because of the percent profitable or the win rate is lower than 50% or 60%, and I really don't care. I know that if my profit factor and if those small trades I win are bigger than the losers, I'm constantly going to make money. And this is a perfect example. It has a 26% win rate, and the max round is only 815, which is like 8% in a $10,000 account, and you're expected to make over 152% on a year. This, of course, are expectations, but you can see the equity curve, and I've been testing it to see if I apply with you guys, and hopefully it works perfectly with you guys.
That's really great to hear. And one thing you just mentioned that about the winning percentage, that's where actually I think many traders are actually lagging behind, because at the end of the day, you are in this market, you are in this business to make money, right? So you always have to understand what actually helps you to earn money rather than focusing on stereotypes. Like there are a lot of people who will tell you need to maintain 1 to 10 ratio. There will be always some people who will tell you need to follow SMC, you have to follow retail, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you know what's best suited for you, and I'm really glad to see this kind of analysis, and how you have entirely backtested the entire thing and how you have implemented it. I'm really impressed. All right.
Thank you, Rifat. Yeah, of course. The answer, I think, the answer to become profitable in trading is backtest. Backtest, backtest. Any professional trader will tell you backtest. It does not matter how you do it. If you do it by algos, if you do it by hand, just do it consistently. Do it for a long period of time, because traders may just backtest 1 month. Don't do 1 month. That month might be luck. That month will have been in a long range, long trend, excuse me, or might be in a range, and your strategy will perfectly be optimized for that. So don't do it in small periods of time. Do it for at least 1 to 2 years. Do it constantly. Have at least a sample of 100 to 200 trades, I would suggest. And yeah, what you were saying, don't look at factors like the win rate, because having a small win rate doesn't mean your strategy is profitable or not. Maybe look at strategy. The most important thing is to follow your rules, because at the end of the day, if you follow the rules of the guy who's paying you, you're going to get paid anyways, as long as you don't break them. So just check if my strategy doesn't work with the max strategy you guys are offering, so don't use it. If my strategy doesn't work with the news rules, don't use it. If my strategy doesn't work with the expected amount of money I'm going to need to make for me to be paid, don't use it. And you guys offer this great advantage with the models, the express and the evaluation model. If you, I was not sure I will be able to pass the evaluation model in 1 month or 2 months. So I did not take the risk, and I prefer to go for a 15% profit, which I knew I might achieve, which I have already achieved, and no limiting how long it took me to achieve it. So if someone's starting the trading career there, please go ahead, start with the express model, because you won't have that time rule on top of you, which is very hard at first, because that's an extra pressure.
Exactly. All right. So as your algorithm is trading mostly, so like other traders, the psychological factors, there are many psychological aspects, if it's gonna hit the drawdown or not, all these things. So how does it affect you as a trader?
Okay, the psychological effects are still there, because I will be looking at my MT4 going in a drawdown or winning, and I will want to close or want to trade for my algo. But I know that if I start trading for it, first, that's my psychology. That's my fear of risking money, my fear of winning, because I want to cut winners quick and let losers run. When in reality, it should be the reverse. I should let my winners run and cut my losers quickly. So the fact that you still have access to MT4 and MT5 and are able to see how you're losing or how you're winning, it will always affect you. But I think the fact that I use Algo has taken a big how you call it, a big weight from me. So I don't have to be taking the positions. I might just be, I don't know, doing anything else. I know my algos are trading, and when I get the bill, I get the bill. If I win, that's perfect. If I lose, that's it. There's nothing else I can do. I know my stats, and you can see I lose a lot. Actually, I lose more than 70% of the time. So that's not what worries me. What worries me is, of course, losing the account, but that's part of the game. That's part of the game, and trading is the hardest journey you will ever met, I think, and it's step by step. So enjoy the journey and go with it.
I also wanted to discuss something with you, as we can see some sort of a very massive AI revolution. So where do you see the future of trading?
Well, I believe the future of trading with the new ChatGPT, for instance, it allows anyone to trade algorithmically. Like you can start writing passing your ideas to code, so you will not need the experience of someone with Python or someone with Python script knowledge. You can just try to translate it and make the best of it possible. So with time, I think retail traders are going to evolve more to algos, which they might code by themselves or with the help of ChatGPT. But I really think every time we're going to go more for algo trading, which is pretty damn cool, because of course you have the backtest. That's the greatest thing. Like how much time it will have taken me for me personally to backtest 535 trades manually, like I don't know, maybe 1 month or 2 months. Meanwhile, here you're going to do it with 100% perfection, and you know that every trade the robot takes, it will be exactly the same as the past one. So you don't need to worry about if you are letting your psychological effects affect your trading.
All right. So what I've seen in many in case of the many successful traders that I've interviewed, that they really put a lot of emphasis on their journaling, and they make sure that they are trading their winning pairs, they're trading in their winning time, in their winning days, and these things. So how do you fine tune the algorithms of your trading bot?
Okay, that's a great question, Rifat. So it's easy. The answer is actually easy. It's exactly the same, because when I started my trading journey, I think one strategy might work for every single pair I traded, and that's the biggest lie there is out there. So actually, as you can see, this strategy, for instance, only trades US 100 and DAX index. If I was to change the pair, like for example, I don't know, US 500, the strategy will change huge. Remember that the percent profitable was like 105%, and the profit factor was like 1.7. Look at this. The strategy went down to 86% last year, and it's negative this year. Meanwhile, on Nasdaq, it was positive in both years. And if we were to check the settings, okay, the profit factor did go up to 2.26. But look at the equity curve. The equity curve changed. The amount of trades changed, and of course the percent profitable changed. So one strategy does not work for any pair, and I will always try to find the ones that first have the lowest spread, because algorithmic trading is a lot of taking quick positions and getting out fast. So this strategy might take trades in less than 2 minutes. So yeah, of course, the lowest spread and the lowest commissions, because if you're taking big lots, like I'm taking some of these trades, the commissions might kill you. So that's another thing you must have in mind when you're doing your backtest.
How has been your experience with FundedNext in these cases about the spread and commission?
For this strategy, at least, because I have different strategies. For this strategy, at least, I only use index, because the commissions and the spreads on FundedNext with indexes are zero. So that's a huge benefit, because you're not paying any commissions with them, and you can only earn money back. So that's great. As long as you make money, there's no excuse, because the commissions are zero, and the spread is zero with index, at least. Of course, you need to be trading in the hours. So that's pretty important, because most traders think they can trade in any hour at any time, and the spread will maintain zero. That's a lie. You must trade in New York time if you're trading New York symbols like US 500, US 100, and as you can see, this strategy is also trading Nasdaq. The DAX index. So that you must trade it at like 3 a.m. my time, which is the London Open. So you also need to have in mind which time am I trading for which pair, and which pair works for my strategy perfect. If you find a pair that works better, optimize on that pair, focus on that pair, and don't waste your time trying to find many pairs, because trading many pairs does not mean you're going to be successful.
Exactly. So when we were having this interview with you, a thing popped into my head when you said that you were not so certain about success in the evaluation account, right? And you were kind of sure about your success in the express model. So what our team thought was why don't simply we give you a surprise? So can you please check your email right now?
Can I check my email? Of course, of course. Oh my god. Well, I'm nervous actually. Let's see. I'm checking it right here on my phone. FundedNext new plan purchase. Oh my god. I just received a plan with the credentials for a FundedNext account. That's incredible. Many thanks. For the evaluation, $15,000. Okay, guys, we are going to try the evaluation for free. This is incredible. Rifat, thank you. Thank you very much. That's incredible, man.
Welcome, man. Welcome. And when we actually started this platform, our main journey, it has always been to empower traders to change the lives of traders. And as I can see that you have been one of the I must say one of the best traders we have got from Colombia. Because the amount of effort you have shown, because you have been consistently losing for four years, and then you became profitable. So that actually shows how determined you are with trading. So we thought about simply giving you a big gift. So yeah, that's your gift, and hopefully we're gonna disburse a lot of payouts to you soon. And yeah, we're really hopeful about this journey that we're having. Yeah.
Of course, many thanks to you. Many thanks to FundedNext. If you're a trader, go ahead. Trade with these guys. They know what they're doing. They just got their new server for MT5 out. I want to check that out next. And yeah, thank you, Rafat. Thank you, FundedNext. That's incredible, guys.
And I also had another thing for you. So let's say when you were saying that in the express model, so you were facing a lot of issues with the news rule because as traders we can understand it's not always possible to look up to the news rules. So in the evaluation account that you got, and for any evaluation account that anyone purchases from now on, news trading is allowed.
Oh, that's incredible. That was necessary. That's incredible, guys.
All right. So I hope that this was a very beautiful session, very beautiful meeting between us, and yeah, we're really hopeful to disburse a lot of payouts to you. Let's see what happens.
Okay, thank you guys. Hopefully, Rafat, I see you in the future, and thank you a lot. The interview was incredible.
All right. So before we conclude today's session, could you please, is there anything that you'd like to share to the FundedNext community?
Well, guys, if you're going to if you are interested in the algo trading, I just started a YouTube channel today, so you might go ahead and follow me. If you don't mind, Rifai, I can send it to you for you to put it in the text, and if so, it's going to appear here. Many thanks to you all, guys, and let's check and let's keep growing together.
All right. Thank you, Emi. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great day, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Bye.
Cheers, man.